This conference will now be recorded.
So in yesterday's class, we have seen about your OOPS ALB with the field catalog, and we have shown you how to perform that in your global class. So now let's go ahead and see how can we work on with your top of page, the top of list, end of list, and your logo. So I'm going to work on this. So to upload any logo, we use a transaction called as OAER. The same transaction code, even we have used that in your reuse ALB commentary, right? So in order to upload your logo. So I have already told you, but again, I'm going to show you that. Let me log on to my SAP system. So, so now OAER. So if I go to OAER, so here you'll be giving it as class type of pictures and others, and then you have to provide your object key. So what is the name you want to provide for your logo? Let's suppose I'm going to provide the 9 a.m. 9 a.m. 2022. 9 a.m. 2022. Just click on execute. Let's click on execute. Now you will be going to your screen, the document navigator screen. So here you need to expand the standard document, and you need to double click on the screen, and you have to go ahead and upload your logo, which will support your BMP, bitmap images. You have to always provide your bitmap images only. So you should not provide your PNG or JPG formats will not be supported, but in real time, these logos will be provided by your client. So we are not responsible. If they say that go ahead and download the logo from any of the website also, never accept that. So because the size, the intensity, how much they want to see, how much everything, we will be having a graphic team in every company. That graphic team members will going to provide your logo. So that logo you have to go ahead and upload it over here. So let's say this is my logo. So now just say click on enter. Now see here, when I click on enter, you will be getting your details of your logo. So if I double click on this, if I go here and click on the screen, you will be you have to see your properties. So see, you will be seeing your properties. So what is the properties, what is the document info, and what is the class where it is going to store and everything. So now if I go to my document info, so if I go to this is your logo which will come. So here it has to show me your header properties, but here it's not showing my header properties. Here it is showing here, but here you will be getting your DPI resolution and everything. Even for smart form scripts also, we have to do it in a different way of uploading your logo, but here we will be using OAER. There we are going to use a different transaction code for uploading of your logo. At that time, I will go ahead and show you that. Okay, so once it is done, now you need to click on documents and you have to say your transport. So now this has to be transferred to your next system. This has to be transferred to your next system. Click on your own request and just say click on your TR, whatever the TR you want to store. Now your logo has been saved. So if I go back, let me copy this logo and put that at some place. Notepad. I'm just going to keep that in this so that I will be handy with me. Now the first thing is we have uploaded your logo. Now in order to display your logo, we have to use a class called as CL underscore DD underscore document. CL underscore DD underscore your document. This is a class which is used to upload your logo, the top of page, and as well as your end of list. So how can you do that one? So that is what I'm going to show you right now. Now, so we will be seeing how we are going to write down in our real time. We'll be seeing how we are going to write down in your real time. Only this is the one example I'm going to show you. The next examples you have to practice on your own. So let me go to /o SE38. So now Z oops ALB logo top of page logo, the top of page, and your end of list, and click on create. So displaying the logo, the top of page, and the end of list. I'm going to take this as executable program, click on save. I'm going to save that in your package as well as in your TR. Let me change the TR to our NA. Okay, I'm just saving my TR. Now I'm going to say this as no standard page heading and then message ID. Whatever the message ID you want, whether it is related to MM, so then you will be having a message ID called as CMM. If it is related to FI, then you have to go ahead and provide it as CFI. So you have to provide your message ID. So as of now, I'm not going to provide my message ID. Then what I need to do, I need to go ahead and create a include program of my tops declaration. So 4 includes I need to create. One is for your top declarations and the class definition. And the next one is your selection screen design and the selection screen validations. Selection screen validation / interactions. So whatever you have to go ahead and do it. All your selection screen events. What are the selection screen events? What are selection screen events? What are selection screen events? So you have seen in your classical reporting at selection screen on a field, at selection screen on value request, at selection screen on help request, at selection screen output. Selection screen output. So the next one is your processing logic. Processing logic, where you will be writing your start of selection, end of selection, top of page, end of page, and the interactive events. Everything you will be writing over here. And the next one is your subroutines / your class implementation and your module implementation. So you will be writing everything over here. So sometimes we used to write the module implementation over here itself because it will be on your start of selection. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and create my include. So include, so GNOOPS underscore ALB logo underscore top. I'm just going to give this as for top declarations. We have to give like this. For your selection screen, I'll just copy the same thing. I'll just go ahead and provide this as your S01 and then your M01 and then your F01. So this is how you will be writing this. So now I will go here and I'll go ahead and create this. Click on yes. Now save this, assign it to a package and assign it to your TR. Now control S. So come back and just double click on this SSS and then control S and come back. Now double click on this SSS, control S and come back. Now double click on this yes and then control S and come back. Now I have created my 4 includes. It's better to go ahead and activate your 4 includes too. So now I'm just going and activating. Now my first step is completed. Now what I need to do, I need to do my requirement. My requirement is I want to get the following fields. So I'm just going to write only 4 or 5 fields. For your joins and everything, you go ahead and write down that. So I'm going to get the following fields from the Mara table. Mara table, I'm going to get those fields. Now, what are the fields I needed? I needed MAT, NR, let's take ERSDA, ERNAM, MTART, MATKL, and MBRSH. So only these fields. I'm only working on one single table. Joins and for all entries, you go ahead and work on that. Okay, so now what I need to do in your SE24, what you have done this, so we have created our types declaration. The first thing is types declaration, and then we will go to your methods, and what you say, get the data, and then what you have done, we have created another method, create field catalog. So these are the two methods which you have done it. The same thing we are going to do right now over here too. The same thing we are going to do right now over here too. Now I will go here to my ALV logo. So now what is the first thing? I need to create my class definition. So what is the syntax? What is the syntax for your class definition? Class LCL underscore local. So whatever the name you want to provide, you can provide that. And then we'll be creating this as definition and final. As we are creating a local class, we are going to create this as a final and then end class. So now I'll go here and I'll be writing 3 sessions. What are those? Public session, protected session, and your private session. So I have written this. Now all your types declarations must be under which section? Public session. So now below this public session, I will go ahead and create my types declaration. The types declarations. Now types begin of gty underscore Mara, and then end of gty underscore my Mara. So now what are the fields I do have? MAT type, MAT and then ERSDA type Mara hyphen ERSDA. I'm just going to give either the table hyphen field name or your data element. ERNAM type ERNAM, and the next one is MTART type MTART, and next MATKL type MATKL, and the next one is MBRSH type MBRSH. So these are the things. Now once you have created your types declaration, what is the next one? I need to go ahead and create my table type. So I'm going to write GTT underscore Mara type standard table of GTY underscore my Mara. So I have done this. Now the next thing is we need to go ahead and create my methods. We need to go ahead and create my methods. Now, so for methods, so whether we are going to create a static or instance. So how can you differentiate whether it's a static or whether it's an instance?
Class data.
The method name. So in SE24, we can know that if I go to /o SE24, if I open my class, here it is possible for us to display the level as an instance or as a static. But how can you differentiate in your code? Class hyphen method. If you write normal method, so this is called as your instance. And if you write class hyphen method, this is called as your static. This is called as your static. Now where you are going to write? So now if it is public, it can be visibility for everyone. It can be visible. Now if it is a protected, only you can call that in your child classes and inside your class. If it is a private, only in that class you can able to call that. So now, so this is how you have to write down. Now I'm going with methods. See the same thing. Methods. If I go to my source code, so the first thing is methods, and I'm going to have my get underscore data, So if you have an importing parameter, you will be going and writing with your importing parameter. Now, I'm not going to write with my importing. I'll give you that as your assignment. So how to get your importing parameters, that's your assignment. I'll give it to you. Exporting parameter et underscore mara. So type, I'm going to write this as gtt underscore your mara. gtt underscore your mara. So however you have written your type. So now the next method. So for your preparing of your field catalog, create field catalog fcat. So importing, so this is the value which we are going to get it in my et mara has to be send it to your field catalog. So I'm going to send you that. So it underscore mara type gtt underscore mara and then exporting et underscore fcat type lvc underscore t underscore fcat lvc underscore t underscore your fcat. So one method is completed and second method is also completed. Now you have to go ahead and do your implementation of this class. Where you have to do your implementation, in which include you have to do your implementation in F01. So usually what we will do, because every time we need to transfer our sessions. So first we will be writing implementation over here, then copy that, so cut that and we'll be pasting in your F01. So that is how we will be doing it. It's upon your wish, however you want, you can do it. I will be doing in the same fashion. Okay. So now I'm going to take this as class LCL underscore LOCL implementation and then end class. So now I need to go ahead and implement by method get underscore data and then end method. So method and end method. If I go inside this, see here in the implementation, you will be having your create field catalog and see method and end method, which is there inside your class. So now I'm going to get that. Select what are my fields? MATNR, MATNR, and then fields ERSDA, ERSDA, ERNAM, and then MTART, MATKL, MBRSH from Mara into table at the rate ET underscore Mara up to, let's take, I'm going with 500 rows. I'm going ahead with my 500 rows. And if you want, you can go ahead and write your order by. I'm going to write down with MAT and R. Now do your pretty printer. That's it. Now this method is completed. Now do your pretty printer and that's it. Your method is completed. Now it's time for me to go ahead and create my field catalog. So method create field cat. Method create field cat and end method. So now I need to go ahead and say et underscore cat is equal to value hash. If you know your type, I'll always provide my type lvc underscore t underscore fcat. Open the brackets and close the brackets. For this I have opened, and now for my first record, I'm trying to open my brackets. For your first record. So this is my first record. I'm going to open my brackets. What is the first one? Row position is equal to 1. And then what is the second one? So field name. I'll go here. Sorry, because of this. Now you will be getting field name, MAT, and R. The next one is table name. And what is my table? IT underscore Mara. So this is my internal table. That's your reference, IT underscore Mara. And next one is reference field. So which is nothing but your MATNR, and then reference field name, reference table. Again, I put a full stop. Reference table, and what is my reference table? Mara. Now my first record has completed. Now for your second record. So copy the same thing. I'll just go and copy the same thing. So I'm going to take this. So row position as 2. What is my second field? ERSDA. And next, this one is also from your ERSDA. So my second field is completed. Now, what is my third field? ERNAM. ERNAM. And here this also I will be having ERNAM. What is my fourth field? MTART. MTART, and this one is also mine. MTART. What is my fifth field? MATKL. MATKL. What is my sixth field? MBRSH. And this one is also your MBRSH. So my field catalog is also ready. My class is ready and my field catalog is also ready. Now copy this. So cut this entire class implementation. There is this entire class implementation. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this and then save, go back, and in my F01, I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, now activate. Now activate your top as well as your F01. Now it's got activated. The class and everything got activated. So this is how we will be doing your methods in your class definition as well as your implementation. Now I'll go to my selection screen. If you have any selection screen, you can provide this. So now I want to create my object instance. So usually we will go to my initialization and then we will create the object instance. Create the object instance. Create the object instance. So I'm going to use the new syntax. Data of Chivo underscore LCL is equal to new LCL underscore your local. That's it. Now your instance of the class has also been created. The instance of the class has also been created. Now save this one. Now I'll go back to my M01. My logic is done. It's time for me to display the data. So when you're writing in your class, you need to understand how the flow of logic has to be go. So for that flow of logic, we will be just preparing our methods. We'll be just preparing all our methods. Now it's time to segregate your methods in the right order. It's time for you to segregate the methods in your right order. So now I'll go to my M01. Now here I'll go to my start of selection. And the first one is what I need to do, my call screen. So 9001. Call screen 9001. So now double click on this one and just say click on yes. Yes. Now output screen. Output screen, and then I'll go to my layout. I'll go ahead and create my container. So what I will do, for top of page, I will create one container. For top of page, I'll create one container. So I'll say this as GC underscore top, and I'm going to create one more container for your ALV. To display ALV, I'm going to create one container. Okay, still I'm going to say cheese underscore, and the same way for end of list, I'll going to create one more your container. This one is for C underscore Let's save this one. How many containers have? Containers. Can you hear me? Hello. Uh, the voice is audible. Can you please confirm? It's now. My thing must be clear. Right. Just one second. Just give me one. Guys, it's clear now. Can you confirm me? Hello. It's clear? Yeah. Okay. So now I'm just logging to SAP again. I'm going to my program. So now I'm going to my program. So what I did, so I have created my local class. So in this class, you have to know how the process of the logic has to be worked, how the process from where to where the data has to be flown. Everywhere you have to get in your mind and you have to written in the form of your methods. Now you can ask me, can I write my entire code in one single method too? Yes, you can write your code, but usually we will split those things. So like as I told you, for event wise, we will try to split our code. For event wise, we'll try to split our code. Let's say if I want my selection screen validations and your selection screen interaction. So you can't able to write your events inside your methods. The start of selection, net selection screen output, tag selection screen on field. Those events you can't able to write. Like your subform. So can you write the events? No. So for each and every event, we have created our subroutine. In the same way, for each and every event, we will go ahead and create a method. We'll go ahead and create the method. So once we got the data and once the final table is displayed, once you prepare your final table for your display, we will go ahead and create one more method. Like that, you have to segregate all your methods. You have to segregate all your methods. This, when you're writing in your OOPS, you have to understand the flow of your program. So the entire flow of your program you will be writing in your form of your methods. Then you will be calling the methods wherever you want. Then you will be calling your methods wherever you want. So that's why I have written. So the first thing is for get data, I have written the logic. And then for field catalog, I have created the method. Now for displaying, if you want, you can go ahead and write down the method, or you can go ahead and write down normally. However you want, you go ahead and write down. No issues, nothing. Okay. Now I have prepared my logic, and then I'll go to my M01 and I'm going to my screen. Just keep it 10 minutes. Okay, now I went into my layout. So what I have done, I have created three containers. So one for your top of page and your logo, and one for your displaying of your data, and another for your to display your end of list. To display your end of list, we have created three different containers. So G's end of list, and this is for your G container, and this one is for your top of page. Now I just save this one. I'll close this, and then I will go ahead and enable my module. So now double click on this. See, all your four includes will come up. All your four includes will come up. See, your top include M01, S01, and F01. All your four includes are coming up. So wherever you want, you can go ahead and place that one. Place that one. So right now I'm just going to place that in my M01. So select this one and click on continue. Your code, it will go ahead and write a module in your M01. A module in your M01. Now what I will do, I will go ahead and call my data declarations for your ALV. To display the ALV, first of all, I will write it. Then I will go ahead and write for my top of page and end of list. I'll go ahead and write my top of page and end of list. So I'm going to write data geo underscore count type reference to CL underscore GUI underscore the custom container, and the next one is geo underscore ALV type reference to CL underscore GUI underscore custom grid. Custom ALV grid. So my two things are completed. Now what I need to do, I need to go ahead and create my objects. Create the objects. Create your objects. So this entire thing, you can go ahead and keep it in one method. Whatever the logic I want to write, I'll just say display ALV. I'll go ahead and keep that in my method, and I'll try to write all this logic. So however you want, you can go ahead and write that however you want. So whenever writing this in this way, this is called as your traditional way. If I go ahead and put that in your class and method approach, so it is called as your oops ALV approach. Okay, now create object. So what I will do, so now create object, and I'm going to say geo underscore count. Geo underscore count. What is my container? So GC underscore count is my container. So I'm just going to remove this one entire thing, and then I'm going to remove whatever unrequired things, and then I'll just raise my exceptions, and I'll just show you this one. Okay, so what if there is an error? So now in the same way, I'll go ahead and create the object for my ALV. Create object geo underscore ALV. So now here I need to provide my parent container. What is my parent container? Geo underscore. So I don't need any other things. So just remove all these things and remove all these things too. Now it's time for me to get the data. Get the data. Previously, what we have written, we will be writing here your select query. But now my select query is in my method. So geo underscore LCL hyphen. So I'm going to get my get underscore LOCL, I guess. One second. Save this. Activate. Here is 01 also. I'm just going to activate. So now let me go back to your H01. What is the class I have given? Geo underscore LCL is my class. I'll just go back and I'm going to my M01 and I'm going to say LCL and you have to get your get underscore data. Get underscore data, and I'm going to write exporting. So as I'm not getting control space bar, I'm manually writing everything. Et underscore Mara is equal to data of GT underscore Mara. Okay, so that's it. Data of GT underscore Mara, pretty printer. Now let's check this. So now let's activate this one too. Sorry, this is importing. Exporting will be mine. You are importing. Exporting, you will be here importing. Now let's check this. Now let's activate your code. Let's get activated. So now my code got activated. Now it's time for me to create my field geo underscore LCL. I'll be going to say this as create field catalog, create fcat. So what is my exporting it underscore Mara is equal to gt underscore Mara, and then importing et underscore fcat is equal to data of gt underscore fcat. So these are my variables which are there in my methods. If I go to /o SE38, let me open the program in a separate window. Now see here the same methods. If I go to my top declaration, see exporting and importing. So importing will be your exporting and exporting will be your importing. The function module same concept only. So I am passing manually these things, or else you can also write. So click on your pattern and ABAP objects pattern, click on continue. So what is your instance? Geo underscore LCL. What is your class? LCL underscore LOCL. And what is your method? What is your method? Get underscore data. So just click on enter. Why it's not coming? It has to come, right? Why it's not coming? It has to come here also. ABAP objects pattern. So this is for your instance to create an instance. So here also it has to come the instance. I guess here the standard is working. So, but anyways, somehow there is an issue. Somehow also that has to come. You can go ahead and write like that, or you can just go ahead and call this one. Now I'm going to display my data. I'm going to display my data. So what is that? Geo underscore ALV, which is nothing but your set table for first display. So here you need to provide your GT underscore Mara, and then your field catalog GT underscore fcat. GT underscore fcat. Now, any other things if you want, you can just provide that one. If you don't want, just remove that one. Remove all those things. Now I'm just going to remove everything which I doesn't needed, and then I will just raise my exceptions. If you have exceptions, for sure you have to raise your exceptions. Okay, now just click on your pretty printer and now just click on activate your code. CREATE. Now see here, when I click on check, it is checking this report program is missing or program type is include. So if you want to remove this error, if I want to remove this error, now save this, go back, click on your change button, copy this report and put that in your top declaration. Put that in your top declaration. Now control S, now save this. Now when I click on check, see you will be getting all your details. If I go to 45, this is GT underscore Mara. Now when I click on check, you won't be getting that issue. You won't be getting that issue. So see here, in this bit doesn't have. So when I click on activate, it will go ahead and activate your code. Why it's not activating? I'll just say activate this one. So now it will go ahead and activate your entire program. See this? So the report program statement is missing. If I want to remove that error, just keep that your first statement in your top include. Now my ALB has completed. Now when I click on execute, you will be getting your ALB over here. See, I do have a space for my top of page. I do have a space for my end of page. And whatever the details which I have, I just provided this. I just provided this. I told you multiple ALBs you can display. Now here I have displayed. Now I have creating a container which will display my top of page details. I have created a container which will display my end of page details. Like that, you can go ahead and create how many containers you want. How many containers you want, you can go ahead and create those many number of your containers. Okay, now I didn't enable my back button, so that's the reason I'm going with SE38. So now click on your change. Click on change. Now what I need to do, I need to go ahead and create my container for my logo. I have container logo for your top of page. I do have a container for your end of list. I do have my container. So another two more containers I need to go ahead and create. So to initialize the container which you have provided. So what I will do in my M01, I will come here. So now Control D, copy of your same line. So I'll be saying this as Zero underscore your top, Geo underscore your top for your top of page, and then Control D for your end of list. For your end of list, I'm going to create one more container. Now I need to go ahead and create my object reference for these two containers too. So for these two containers, I'm going to create my object reference. So now what I will do, create object geo underscore top of page. So now what is my container here? GC underscore TOP. This is my container. So I have as enabled my container. So now I'm going to remove this one. I'll just provide my exceptions, and then I'll also raise this one. Now I will go ahead and create for my end of page, create object geo underscore end of list. So here I'm going to say gc underscore eol, my container. How many containers I am going to given this. Now I'll just remove the unwanted stuff, and then I will go ahead and raise my exceptions. I'll go ahead and raise my exceptions. I'll just enable this one. Now my top of page, my end of list has been created. My container has been created. In that container, I need to provide my data. So in order to upload your logo, what is the class you have to use? CL underscore DD underscore your document. So now I need to go ahead and create a class reference to that. So geo underscore logo, I'm going to take a geo underscore your top of page or your end of list, whatever you want. So I'm going to go with logo type reference to CL underscore DD underscore document. CL underscore DD underscore DOC document. So my document has been created. Now I need to create a object reference for this class. So how many classes you are creating, those many object references, you have to go ahead and create that. So what I will do, I will go ahead and create my object reference for my logo. So what I will do, I will go ahead and create my object reference. The same thing, even I'm also doing it over here. If you see here, so the logo and then container, and then for my logo, what is my logo container? I'm going to provide this. In this, you need to provide your grid and your logo. So gr underscore logo one, and here you can provide your cap and add text as a header. So what is your text? What is your method you have to capture, and what is your logo you want to capture? what is your text and what is your logo you want to capture, and then you go ahead and display the document. You go ahead and display your document. After this, I'm going to display my first table. So the same thing which I'm going to do it right now. So for my object, so create object gr container, and then for my gr logo, I have created my container. So which is my top of page I have created. Now I need to create my object for my logo, to upload the logo, to display the logo, I would say. To display the logo, I need to go ahead and do that. So what I need to done, create object go underscore your logo. So I'm just going to have my logo. So now why it is coming up, logo, and then I'm going to provide here which container you want to provide this. Here you will be providing your document. So now I'm going to provide let's say geo underscore logo, and I'm going to provide your heading. What is the method? Add text as your heading. Add text as your heading. So now if I want, I can just provide these details as material master details. So which is of type 255 characters. It should not be go ahead about 255 characters. If I want, you can provide your SAP coloring, font style, header level 1 to 6. How much bright, how much bigger you want, you can just provide that one. And then additional explanation and whatever you want, you can just provide this one. So once this is done, and then I'll go to my geo underscore logo hyphen display document. So here you need to provide your container. What is my container? Geo underscore top of page. Geo underscore your top of page. In my top of page, I want to provide that one. So now I'm just going to remove this. I'm just going to add my exceptions. So that's it. Now do your pretty printer and let's get activate your code. The code has been activating. Now when you click on execute, see here, you got your material master details. You got your material master details. See how beautifully we are getting that. Now, if I go ahead and change your intensity, you can just change that to your intensity. So I'm 01. So if I want, I can go ahead and change my intensity to, where is this? Geo underscore top. So if I want the header level as 6, let's take I'm going to 6, and SAP color. Let's take I'm going to have 4. 4, let's get activate. Four is not type compatible. Now go here to your SAP coloring. Dynamics types. Why it's not showing this? It has to show me the color also. So 127, you have to provide that. Format text, text, they have added the text. And so SAP font size, this is your standard font size, that's fine. Okay, I don't know. So we have to go ahead and see what is the color. So I mean, we'll go ahead and see at a later point of time. So now I'm going to give this as 6. Now when I activate this one, and now when we click on execute, see here, it has reduced your size. So 1 to 6, how much your size you want to reduce. I'll go to create again. So I'll keep this as it is. And now I'll just try to execute from here whenever it is completed. I'll just go ahead and execute from here. So this is how you will be going and providing your header. You'll be going and providing. If I say it as 1, now I'll say activate this one. And now I will go here, and when I click on execute, see here, you are getting in a big way. You are getting that in your big style. Now, if I go here, when you add your logo, how to add your logo? So for this, geo underscore logo hyphen, you will be having a method called as add icon and add picture. Add your picture. So the same thing I have added. Add picture. And what is the picture you want to add? I want to add my picture as 9 a.m. 2022. So this is my picture which I want to add. So I'm just going my object ID. So now when I go here, when I click on Pretty Printer, and when I say activate your code, let's click on execute. See here, your picture has been added. Your picture has been added. Now, see, it is adding over here, but I want a gap to be gets added. I want a gap. So for that case, again, I have tested over here. So for that case, we will go here and I will say, this is display document, add picture. So I'll go ahead and add a gap, geo underscore logo, and I'm going to say add gap. So what is a gap you want to add it? So how much width you want to provide? If I say, let's say 50 spaces, 50 spaces, after your 50 spaces, your logo will be gets displayed. After your 50 spaces, your logo will be gets displayed. So I'm going with the 68 again. I'll just click on execute. See here, your logo has been fixed after your 50 spaces. Now in the same way, you can just go ahead and have your logo wherever you want. So this is how you will be writing in the form of your oops. And for your end of list, you go ahead and write the code in the same way. So instead of here in the display document, we have provided your geo top. If I provide this as end of list, now when I say activate this one, when I say activate this one, now I'll go back, I'll go to slash and SE38. Now when I click on execute, see it has to come here in your end of list. Why it's not coming up? I think I have not created my container. I have not initialized my container. Geo logo, Geo top I have initialized. I didn't initialize my Geo end of list container. So I'm just going to copy the same thing. So Geo EOL, and then I'm going to have my EOL. Now I'll just say activate this one. Now I'll go ahead and click on execute. Now see here, you got your details in your end of list. So this is how you will be adding your details. This is how you will be adding your details. Clear with this? Clear with this? Now, so this is all about your top of page, end of list, how you are going to add your details. The next thing is we are going to see something called as your splitter container. So we are going to see something called as your splitter ALB or splitter container. So if I have a container, I want to display two data in one single container. So what here we have created multiple containers, but now I will be creating only one container. In that container, I can go ahead and split that your container. I'll go ahead and split that like your this container. I can go ahead and split how many number of rows I want, how many number of columns I want. Like that, you can just go ahead and split your container. So how you are going to do that? That we will be checking in your next class. So in that splitter container, I'll be showing you your interactive ALB report. I'll be showing you your interactive ALV report. When I click on this, it has to come to your next screen. So here we do have in a different way. So one, I have shown you the interactive reporting. One, I have shown you the interactive reporting as a separate thing, and then we go ahead with your splitter ALV. But right now, what I will do, I'll just split the data based upon your selection. I'll just go ahead and split the data based upon your selection. When I click on this, it has to go. When I click on this, this has to go. So for that interactive ALV, you need to know about events. Events are the actions that users are going to perform. Events are the actions that the users are going to perform. So once that is done, we will be going to see the final thing called as your block list ALV. We'll be going to see something called as your block list ALV, and after that we are going to see a simplified ALV, SALV, simplified ALV, which is nothing but your SALV. Okay, so by that we will completing your OOPS concept apart from your singleton class, persistence class, and find friend class, and your wide casting and narrow casting. Okay, so by maximum by Thursday you will be completing your OOPS. By OOPS you will be completing your OOPS concepts by Thursday, and from Friday onwards I am going to start it with your module pool programming, which will take around 3 to 4 days or 5 days. By that we will be completing your module pool programming too. Okay, so that's all for today. Before I signing off for today, and I'm sorry to tell you, this Saturday for 7:30 batch, so you will be having your regular ABAP on HANA session, and 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock your ABAP class will continue. 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock your ABAP class will continue, and Sunday 9:30 to 9 to 10 o'clock your ABAP class, and 10:30 to 11:30 is again your one more ABAP class. ABAP classes, so 9 to 11 on Saturday. So for 8 o'clock batch, and anyways 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock batch, you know the timings. So for you, your regular ABAP session, so which will be from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So Saturday for 8 o'clock batch who are on HANA, you will be having a continuous session from morning 7:30 to 11, in between a break of half an hour, 8:30 to 9 for your breakfast. And from 9 to 11 we will be continuing, and Sunday also I'll be taking from 9 to 11 or 9 to 10:30. Okay, so by that you guys will be gets completed for the next week, and next Saturday Sunday I will not be available. Okay. So that's all for today. So we'll meet you tomorrow and we'll continue our session. Before I signing off, any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lavanya, go ahead.
Can you please open my code once?
Lavanya, your voice is not audible. 1 second. Speaker sound like that. Lavanya, can you speak? So any questions, Lavanya? Okay, I'll consider it as no questions, and we'll meet you tomorrow at the same time and we'll continue our session. Thank you all. Yeah, good.
Sir,
Yeah, good.
sir, can you please open my code once?
Okay, so can you tell me? So let me stop the recording. The rest of the team, if you don't have anything, you can just log off.